We are starting. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Easter to all of you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being interested to learn about Ayurveda and specifically the spring season. And welcome and thank you for everyone who will watch the replay. Okay, again, today's topic is spring season, which is a very, very important season because we're coming out of winter. We accumulated some heaviness, some extra baggage, and we're now transitioning into the more light, warm season. And this is a perfect season, or let's say different, this is an important season to look after our health. So Ayurveda speaks a lot about seasonal changes and adapting our lifestyle, our diet, our habits according to the season to stay healthy. And specifically in spring season, we want to get rid of that extra luggage or baggage or heaviness or sluggishness we're accumulated over the winter season. And why and how we explain this in the language of Ayurveda and what we can do to get rid of this extra baggage. This is the topic of this class. So everyone, let me switch to my little presentation I prepared for you. Just want to close a few things to not get distracted. So 1 second, I will switch. Here we are. Welcome to our Spring Detox Masterclass. And if you have any questions, you can either type them in the chat box or wait to the end. We will open for Q&A. So welcome to spring, everyone. Wherever you are on this planet and experience spring season or any kind of seasonal change, or just simply are interested in some Ayurvedic knowledge today. I always bring this in my online classes and master classes. We call it Asha Rasayana, which I'm just inviting all of you to keep the space with positive energy. Let's keep appreciate the communication between us, which we call ahimsa, and focusing on the topic of today. And such as only a suggestion, maybe turn off all distraction and focus for this 45 minutes to 1 hour if this is possible for you. So first of all, I want to explain why this masterclass, or why we're speaking about spring season in transition. So first of all, to welcome spring, which has started a week ago, and to understand the specific doshas of the season. So I will say a bit about, if you're new, what Ayurveda is, but the doshas are the body constitutions, and we have 3 doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Simply why? To create awareness of the importance of adapting to a seasonal change. Ayurveda highly advocates for living in sync with the seasons, and also to understand and become aware that seasons have a major effect on physical and mental health. And often that is underestimated. Yeah, we just say, okay, the weather changed, who cares? Yeah. But as I always like to call them in my talks, influencer, climate and seasons are an extreme big influencer in our mental, physical, and hormonal health. Just a little quote here. The person who adapts to the changing seasons, regulates their diet and lifestyle accordingly, leads a life of moderation. All things will enjoy a life free from disease and full of happiness. Quoted from the Charaka Samahita, one of the Ayurvedic books. Charaka is the father of Ayurveda. Okay, so spring is a season with which brings a lot of diseases. Yeah? Maybe you experience at the moment some stiff muscles, allergies, cold and flu is very, very common in every seasonal changes. We will also understand why. Build up of mucus, which we call ama in Ayurveda, high fever, inflammation. I will explain why inflammation in spring season, heaviness, sluggishness, headaches, tiredness, fatigue, all that are common symptoms and diseases appearing in the transition from winter to spring. And to avoid that, or to become more wise how to heal them a little quicker, we will learn today in this class. So just to aware, every change of season brings some challenges, health challenges. So what is the role of Ayurveda in seasonal changes? The ancient Ayurvedic texts have given great importance to seasonal routines and lifestyle adjustments to keep the body in homeostasis, in balance. Yeah? If we ignore that, this will, maybe some people changing into the season and they don't have any symptoms, they don't get sick, they feel fine, that's okay. So that means they're probably quite healthy. So they're adapting naturally to that. But if we already have a precondition or have accumulated something, it will maybe get heavier on us. And if we're not going into the season wisely and adapting, it will weaken our immune system. So as more wisely and aware we are changing into the seasons, for example, with a detox or adapting our lifestyle and the way we are eating, we are practicing prevention. Yeah. So primarily Ayurveda is a system of prevention. That's why we emphasize Ayurvedic dinacharya so much. What is dinacharya? Is the daily routine, the daily practices, the morning routine, which includes some cleansing like scraping the tongue, meditating, yoga, having a good practice of movement and exercises, and so on and so on. This is all prevention of not falling sick as easily. Yeah? So might be doing quite well and not dealing with a cold at the moment. I know a few of you doing right now, but keep your system healthy. This should be your intention. So living accordingly the season to keep the immune system healthy, that's what I just said. And every seasonal transition, our body responds accordingly, because in Ayurveda, we're living in sync with nature. That's when we're most healthy, that's when we're most vital, that's when we're most happy. Yeah, when we're sinking into the circadian rhythm, which is the rhythm of day and night, 24-hour rhythm. Yeah, the cycle of nature. That's why we say Ayurveda is living in harmony with nature and with the natural rhythm and changes. So just quickly, what's my mission? Many of you know me already, so no one is really new here. Ayurveda, my mission, or what I'm teaching, is body-mind awareness to awaken the holistic version in all human beings. And today my intention specifically is to sprinkle some Ayurvedic lightness into your springtime. So I think we can jump over this. Most of you know me. I'm an Ayurveda practitioner for now almost 9 years, yoga teacher for 10 years already. I have my little place called AyuForLife here in 𝗪𝗪𝗃, where I'm located. And I love my dog, who, by the way, fall into a 5-meter hole today. Which was quite shocking. We both still a little bit traumatized of that, but I had good helpers to get him out there. So what is Ayurveda? For those more new to Ayurveda, Ayurveda is the world's oldest holistic medical system in the world, helps us to restore balance in body, mind, and spirit, as well consciousness and senses. Ayurveda, yeah, he's all good. No, Sarah asked me if he's all good. My doggy, he is just a few scratches, but it was a huge shock. 5 meter, and he landed in water, luckily. Yeah, he's a tough guy. And I had some help to get him out. Ayurveda is a science of a mystical charm that rounds into good old common sense. And this is very important. I always emphasize this in my talks and my teachings, to apply your common sense. Yeah, when we are applying our common sense, and you will see that when we speak more about the doshas and the spring season, there's a lot of common sense in there, why we should do certain things, why we should avoid certain things. So when we look in that, all makes sense. Yeah? And Ayurveda is incredible, holds a lot of wealth of information and wisdom to educate us in self-care and health based on the body-mind connection. So it's a really whole package, holistic package of health and well-being on all levels. So just quickly, I won't go too much into that, but just for everyone to understand Ayurveda, the language of Ayurveda, how we think in Ayurveda, and where the knowledge is based on is the Pancha Mahabhutas, which are the 5 great elements, which are ether, air, fire, water, and earth. And the doshas are Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Vata dosha is ether and air element, Pitta is fire and water, and Kapha is water and earth element. And we're explaining all of this and everything, what we do, what we think, how we treat, what we decide. We speak the language of gunas, which are simply a language of properties and qualities. For example, either something is affecting the body, make the body hot, or cold, or oily, or dry, or heavy, or light. This you will more understand when I get specific with the spring season. So also we should understand that Ayurveda classifies or speaks about 6 seasons. Yeah. This is, of course, not for every country. For example, for Thailand, that is not true. But in general, there are 6 seasons classified in the Shralaka Samahita. Yeah. So just quickly, we're going through. We're speaking in Ayurveda about early winter, which is November and December. Late winter comes to January, February, and we know sometimes maybe goes into March. In some countries there where some snow, I think in Switzerland. And then we're coming now, this is the season where we are entering to, or entered already, is the spring season. Vasant is the Sanskrit word for it, which will be March and April, and then or even into May. And summer season starts late May, June. And then we speak about rainy season, July, August. Here you see that is not for every country the case. Yeah, so we have to adjust this knowledge to the country we are in. And then autumn usually starts September, October. And each season has a dosha, is dominated by a dosha and a specific guna. So how we explain the season with the qualities and properties. Okay, now we're going more into spring. I'm just stopping here quickly. Where is it? Are there any questions? Can you follow me? Is it clear? Let me know if you have any questions so far. Or should we just go ahead and make the sum up? Okay, well, thank you guys. Nice, thank you. Okay, hello spring. It's a wonderful season, and I have to tell you guys, living 11 years abroad, away from Germany, the spring season I really miss, like this blossoming and this freshness and this coming of new beginnings. It's really a beautiful season, and we don't have that particular in Thailand, so it's definitely a season I miss, and it's a very beautiful season. So the spring season is also called in Ayurveda the king of the seasons. We call it Vasat Ritu. Ritu means season. So here we welcoming new beginnings. You know, the nature is kind of waking up again after a long, long sleep and staying more gray. So colors coming back in, everything becomes colorful and kind of like fresh and light. The temperature is going up. It gets more warm. This day starting earlier. The sun is rising earlier. And yeah, it feels like after a good rest, we are getting out more again, connecting more to nature after we spent a lot of time at home if you had a proper winter. So yeah, and spring invites us to detox our life from inside out, because wintertime builds up the kapha dosha, the sluggishness, the heaviness, the slowness, more weight, more stiffness in the body. So we saying, or I think this is really nice, the spring is a lovely reminder of how beautiful change can be. So out from the grayness into lightness, into colors, into, yeah, starting something new. Yeah, like maybe changing the wardrobe, putting all the winter clothes away, bringing up the more lighter clothes, maybe starting to go more out, preparing the balcony or the garden, all these beautiful things to more connect to nature. But let's talk a little bit more about kapha dosha. So what is kapha dosha? Kapha dosha is the dosha which we explaining through the elements of water, jala, and prithvi, earth. And these elements explained into qualities, into the gunas, is more cold. Yeah? Kapha comes with coldness, with wet or moist, oiliness, heaviness, dullness, slow, stickiness, smoothness, slimy. These are also here the words to describe ama, which kapha is nothing else than ama, or mucus built up. Yeah, kapha becomes hard, like mud or sticky. Yeah, and mucus. So the gunas particular here are mild ujna in kapha season, which means heat is rising. Yeah, so as the temperature becoming more warm, we also have an influence of pitta here. Yeah, I won't go too much into pitta dosha because it will confuse you, but pitta dosha is responsible for inflammation, and if people are prone to inflammation, they will feel that influence of pitta in the spring season quite a lot. Yeah, and oiliness is the guna here as well. So stickiness, sliminess, heaviness. I will always repeat that you understand what is the spring season all about. And very, very important to understand, Agni, our digestive fire, that's the word for digestive fire, Agni, is very low. It's weak. It is reduced to 25%. And that's why we have to ignite the flame within us to break that mucus, that heaviness. So kapha season is accumulation. Yeah. So this is what kapha is. How we explain kapha. Kapha is growth and accumulation. So over the winter time, because we moved less, we've been less outside, it was cold, we needed to keep ourselves warm. So we were eating more food, warm food. So kapha naturally accumulates. There's nothing bad with this. It's just bad if we don't balance this well enough, or if we're not doing the right action when it comes to the transition of spring. Because if we stay with this accumulation, it will create disease. Yeah? So we need to get kapha out as quick as possible to keep ourselves healthy. Yeah? So kapha has accumulated over the last 4 months of winter, temperatures rising, which is a pitta increase, accumulation and inflammation create disease. So we need to clean kapha. So I said all of this already. So spring is the best season for detox, of cleansing the body. Yeah, any seasonal change. Either we speak about the seasonal change into spring, or later on after summer into autumn. Yeah, that's also a wonderful time to detox and cleanse the body. So kapha and pitta diseases could be weight gain. Very normal for many people happens. They're putting a little extra weight on. Fluid retention, water retention, allergies is a big topic in spring. Fatigue, asthma, heart attack happen a lot also in this season. Cold and flu, we learned already. Swellings in the body, yeah, everything feels a little bit more swollen. It's a typical kapha disease. Yeah, swelling is an accumulation. Yeah. The same like weight gain and water retention. Something accumulates in the body, yeah, and becomes bigger. Yeah. Or asthma. Asthma is a typical disease of kapha and pitta. Yeah, it's a lung accumulation and an inflammation is happening. Yeah, of course, pain in the body. Also, vata dosha plays a role, because towards the end of winter, we also, for some people, they accumulate vata, yeah, through the long coldness and dryness, because vata is cold and dry primarily. So people, they become like, okay, I have enough, yeah, and vata goes also up, yeah. So this can also happen. So because pain in the body, always vata is part of it, yeah. No pain without vata dosha. And kapha imbalance in the body can cause other diseases like diabetes, depression, asthma. We said this already. And causes also excess sleep. Because when we are very heavy and fatigued and tired, we always think we need to sleep more. But the vigorous cycle here is, if you sleep more and if you start to do a lot of day sleeping and resting and even moving less, or continue to move as less as you did in winter, you will accumulate even more kapha. Yeah, that's, for example, a reason why we emphasize to get up early in the morning, because from 6 to 10 is kapha time. Yeah, so if we only get up by 8 or 9, kapha already goes up naturally. Yeah, and you might have observed this, that you thought it's nice to sleep in, yeah, getting up by 8, 9. Some people get up by 10. That's half day gone for me. It's sometimes even more heavy and slow to get into the day than you would have got up at 6 or 7. Yeah? So I have another wonderful quote here: lifespan, complexion, strength, health, indigestion, corpulence, luster, immunity, energy, heat processes, and vital breath. All these depend on the body fire, which is Agni, which is the digestive fire. One dies if the body fire is finished. Life's long free from these disorders if it is functioning properly, gets ill if it's deranged. Hence, Agni is the root cause of all. This sentence sometimes sounds a little bit weird, but they are written like this in the Charaka Samahita. That's why a little word to our digestive fire, which is very important to enhance in spring season, that we can reduce or balance the kapha. So again, Agni is our metabolic process in our human body. It's our digestive fire, and it simply has the function of cooking and not burning. That is the difference here. We want the body nicely cooking, and when the body nicely cooks, the body can digest easily. And when we speak about digestion, we not only speak about digesting food or anything what we are taking in through the mouth. We also have to digest thoughts, digest emotions, everything what comes in through the sensory organs. Yeah, we need to digest, and Agni is responsible of this digestive process. So if we keeping Agni nicely cooking and happy, we will be happy. Yeah. So, and acne is found in each cells. Yeah, in each cell and tissues, we have a process of acne, of cooking, of digesting. Yeah. So, for example, signs of a healthy acne, we would feel joyful, cheerful, we are vital, we are happy, we have a good glow of skin. And this is very interesting. I mostly can see if people's acne are not working very well because they will look very dull in their face. Yeah, the shine is missing. We will have good vision. Also, our eyes are connected to acne. We will have confidence. We are fearless. We are fully grounded. We're simply feeling good. Yeah. Also, the fire is connected to the mind. So our intellect, our capacity to focus and simply to enjoy life will be good. Yeah. This is when acne is healthy. When acne is not healthy, all the symptoms we already spoke about in a kapha imbalance, sluggishness, heaviness, stiffness, pain when you get up in the morning, yeah, indigestion, a lot of bloating, flatulence, also smelly flatulence, is a sign of that acne doesn't work well. Hormonal imbalances, any kind of menstrual issues are also connected to acne. We have to understand one thing in Ayurveda. When we look at any kind of imbalance or disease, to treat the disease, we will always look at the metabolism, at your acne, because often there is the seat of the imbalance. Yeah, we have to work to get acne up. For some people, acne is too low. For some people, might be acne is too high. Yeah, so that could be shown in people have constantly diarrhea, could be a sign of that. Yeah, too much movement in the body and fire is going too fast. Yeah, too high, too burning. Yeah, or if the fire is burning too high, that's also burning. Here's the word. It's not cooking anymore. It's burning. Then we might sliding into a burnout. Yeah, which the word already says. And when we speak about acne, we also speak about ama, because ama is what we are accumulating in the winter season. Yeah? So really understanding here the language of Ayurveda, ama is kapha in an unhealthy state. Yeah, it's heavy, it's sluggish, it's sticky, it blocks our channels. Yeah, that's why we become heavy, because there's a stagnation, the flow is stagnated. Yeah, that's why we put maybe weight on, or when the channels, which we call srotas, are blocked of this slimy monster. Yeah, I have on this picture there demonstrated. We don't have a good digestion. We don't eliminate the ama out of the body, which also means undigested waste products. And this is how we accumulate either weight or also pain in the body. The body becomes stiff, because what is stiffness? Is a stagnation. Something is out of flow. Yeah. So when you have ama in the body, again, almost same similar symptoms or signs like acne, heaviness, and lethargic, mental fog or lack of clarity, and also lack of confidence, indigestion, bloating, fatigue, weakness, a coated tongue. All of you can check their tongue. If your tongue is very wide, and even if you scrape the tongue, if you do that, what we are doing in Ayurveda, it's highly recommended, then you will, even if you scrape the tongue and they're still white on the tongue, this is a sign ama is in the body. All of us have some coating, white coating on the tongue, specifically in the morning after we had slept. There was a process in the body, and then it's naturally that there's some white coating on the tongue. But if we scrape it and this white doesn't go away, this is a sign of ama in the body. This is a sign and an alarm for you. You need a detox. You need to cleanse. There's ama in the body where it shouldn't be. Yeah? In a normal way, when our acne is working well, if our digestion metabolism works well, we can digest ama, you know, through all kinds of ways. We're getting ama into the body, pollution, we eat something, incompatible food combination, there's some whatever reasons, ama is coming in the body. We can't avoid it. Yeah, as healthy you want to be, but it is always some ama coming into the body. But if the body function well and you're healthy, acne is on the top, then you will just eliminate the ama out through the urine, through the stool, through the sweat, which we call the 3 malas. Yeah, no problem. But if you're not functioning well and there's some precondition already and you accumulated certain things in the body, then ama will not be easily digested. And then ama becomes a monster in the body. Or in other words, it becomes the seed of disease. Yeah. We can also see ama is a sign of bad breath or some body odor, smell, you know, some stronger than usual joint pain, stiffness, recurrent of infection, yeah, or low immunity. If you feel like you're getting sick again and again, you're really feeling you can't boost your immune system anymore. That whatever you do, it's not, you coming not back on high energy level. Yeah, so then it's a sign of ama. And very often this also happens when we've been sick and we have not digested ama in the right manner. What do I mean with this? I see people getting sick and not following a very smart protocol of getting out of the sickness quickly. So while they're sick, they eat all kind of shitty food, yeah, or drinking cold things, which is not very supportive of getting you out of a cold or a flu. We have to support kapha. Something has accumulated in the body. Yeah? And to get quickly healthy, we have to follow a good routine, which means stop either eating, if there's fever involved, or just eat warm, easy to digest food and drink only warm water, which helps the detoxification process. Because when we get sick, there is ama in the body. If we don't digest this ama, this bacteria or virus in a proper way, it will stay in the body and it will create a lot of problems. And this is unfortunately what I observe a lot at the moment. Yeah? And there's a general discomfort when we have ama in the body. So let's get into spring. What can we do to help us to cleanse or transition nicely into spring? So first of all, because there's a lot of accumulation of mucus during the spring season, and the nose and the mouth are kapha organs or kapha parts. Yeah. So, and many people, specifically in spring season, suffer from sinusitis, which is an infection, inflammation, and mucus in the nose area, nostril area. Yeah, can be very, very painful. I have many of these clients. And or you get a cold, so you have stuffy nose, everywhere mucus. Usually you feel in the mucus in the throat, in the chest. These are all, like, these parts include the stomach is kapha area. Yeah, this is where usually the kapha gets comfortable and accumulates and get very, very mucusy. And this is where we have to get kapha out. Yeah, typical. Here, common sense, as we spoke about common sense, when we get a flu, what we get stuffy nose, a lot of mucus is coming out. We get in throat, yeah, we get in chest. All of this is a typical allergies, all in this part, right? So we need to clean the nostril. How can we do that? There is a very wonderful treatment called nasya or nasyam. Very, very simple to do. You take either sesame oil, which is the most available oil, I think, for everyone, doesn't matter in which country you are, and drop 2 drops. You're closing one nostril and you're taking a pipette and just dropping 2 drops in each nostril, and then you sneeze it up as much as you can, so it will go up into this nasal passage up here. Sometimes I even feel it in the back of my hand. There's an important mama point. And we're opening and cleansing everything. And then when you feel the oil is going into your nasal and comes into your throat, you split it out. You don't want to swallow whatever comes there, because what's now happening, the oil helps to accumulate the mucus and get the mucus out. Yeah. So Sarah is asking if the oil needs to be warm. Best is to be warm. Why? Because the quality of kapha is cold. So this is very, very important to understand now. To break kapha or to help to get kapha out of the body, we need to apply warmth in every part of our lifestyle. Yeah. So you can warm up the oil a little bit, or anyway, it can be also room temperature as long it was not outside. Yeah. It shouldn't be cold. There is another oil in Ayurveda which we can use. That could be either kumkumadi oil, which is saffron oil, or the very, very best oil recommended here is anu-thailam. I can put that later in the chat box, how you write this. Anu-thailam contains about 20 different Ayurvedic herbs, which all pungent, bitter, and astringent or heating, yeah, which helps to break that mucus, yeah, and get it out. So you don't want to swallow. So when you feel like mucus here or saliva is getting more, then split it out wherever you want to do that. Yeah. And sometimes we even make noise or support the process, like it sounds a bit funny, but it's very helpful because you really want to imagine to pull, to scrape this area and pull it up from the chest and from the throat. You cannot imagine how much mucus people have there. I had recently a client, oh my God, I was even shocked what came out there, and he pulled it from everywhere. He even supported in the back of his neck to get this mucus out. Yeah, he was so full. It's incredible. Yeah. So this is a wonderful practice. Another is what probably all of you know is the neti pot. This comes more from the yogic practices and rituals. It's a pot you see there on the picture. We fill it up with warm water and putting a spoon of pink salt, Himalaya salt in it, and then leaning to one side, putting the pot into the nostril, and then if it goes well, and if you're not too blocked, water will come out on the opposite nostril halfway, and then you turning the hat. So what can happen if you are very, very blocked here? Maybe nothing comes. So just be patient. So here, that's why it's recommended maybe start with Nasya first, which will even help more to release that mucus. And then the next day you do neti pot. We don't recommend to do both on the same day. Do it alternate. And if you even want to support more and you have the time, you can even boil a pot of water and maybe add some essential oils, chamomile or eucalyptus is very nice, and just steam for maybe a couple of minutes or 5 minutes, which will help again to break the mucus. Steam is really, really good and one of the best to break kapha. Yeah. So go steam, go sauna. This is very, very good. If you don't have this available and just want to help this area of the body to release the mucus, just put your hat like grandma did, yeah, as we did as a child. Yeah, very, very simple. And then put the 2 drops, yeah, and then let the mucus come out. And the next day you try your neti pot. Yeah? You can get a neti pot very easily. They're usually from plastic. And I think that doesn't cost much. So this is one thing. This is something more extreme. And maybe not everyone is ready for that, but it will be part of my spring detox, which is coming up. So what we are recommending in Ayurveda is vomiting. Why? So might be that's quite intense for you, but this is one therapy in Panchakarma, which is the Ayurvedic detox. Pancha means 5, karma means therapies. And Vamana is very good to get kapha out of the body, yeah, because we have accumulated in the chest area, yeah, even in the stomach and all of this. And when we infusing or vomiting, we're helping this mucus to release. In my spring detox, or how you can do it is very easily. You boil a pot with salt, again, salt water. This is the easy yogic way. And then you drink 6 to 8 glasses of this warm water. It should be not hot. You should really easily, it should be easily drinkable and very quickly. Yeah, you drink 6 to 8 glasses. In the end, in the beginning, it will be quite easy, but then in the end, it becomes more difficult. And then usually the process should start automatically. Yeah, and then you have there a bucket and you just puke. And ideally, all the water should come out. Yeah. Otherwise we have to use the finger and use the vomiting. So this is very, very effective to get kapha and pitta out of the body. Yeah, especially if we have pitta inflammation in the lungs or in the nose. Yeah, if we have pitta inflammation or too much pitta lower in the body, we would induce diarrhea. But inducing diarrhea, this more we're doing in the transition into autumn. Yeah, transition to spring, Vamana is the practice to help to break kapha. Yeah, also Vamana is a very, not even only in spring season or transitioning into spring, but people generally having allergies throughout the year or suffering from migraine. Vamana is the best treatment. You will be surprised for treating migraines. But here's very, very important. If you suffer from migraines, you have to start doing Vamana the moment you're feeling the migraine is rising up. If you're already in a migraine attack, then don't do it. It's helping when you're going into it. And you normally, people suffering from migraine, they're feeling it coming. Yeah, and then you have to do Vamana. Yeah? Hyperacidity, indigestion, obesity, overweight, eczema, or migraines, I put double. For that, Vamana is very, very helpful. So if you have any questions to that, you can let me know later. It's a very interesting practice. And it's not as bad as it might sound or look like. Yeah? But I also understand everyone who has really problems to vomit, and that could be a challenge. Yeah? Another very important practice to do to break kapha is dry brushing or ghasana in spring season. Or we can also say for everyone who has general too much kapha in the body. Here we can use a dry brush, or you see it down there, ghasana, which are silk gloves. Yeah, there's another practice in Ayurveda called udvartanam, which is the dry powder massage, which I generally not recommend to do at home. There is a recipe you can make yourself, like the powder. In Ayurveda, we use a specific powder with a lot of heating herbs in it. And there is a recipe to do your own powder, but it's very messy. Yeah, I think Sarah can later share her experience. She tried it, and it's much better than receiving it from an Ayurvedic practitioner than doing it yourself. So much easier and cleaner and faster is either get yourself the gloves, which are very, very nice, or a dry brush. They are everywhere available. And here specifically, it's kind of a lymphatic massage we are doing in Udvartanam, dry brushing or ghasana, because we want to open the lymphs, because the lymphs helping to detox. Yeah. So if the lymphatic system is blocked, detoxing or cleansing the body is very difficult. So therefore, we massaging upwards. The massage with the brush or the ghasana gloves has to be upwards, and we always do circular motions around the joints to protect them. So it has to be upwards. Yeah. So also on the legs, also nice to do on the breast, especially for women that have that easily develop cysts. Yeah, also cysts. I had a lot of clients with breast cysts lately. Breast cysts are also an accumulation of kapha. Yeah, there's too much kapha in the body. So regular massaging, dry brushing the breast is very, very good for us women. Also helps the detoxification process and to break ama in the body and get the circulation going. Yeah. But here, as a little important note, I put If you are vata activated, what means you're very dry skin, yeah, you're anxious, you're restless, you have sleep issues, generally feeling nervous. These are signs of vata. Then we have to be careful. Only dry brushing can make you dry, because what is our intention here in spring detox? Kapha, just to remind you, is moist and oily. So actually we want to dry kapha out, and we want to heat kapha up, yeah. But for people, they're vata activated, they're already quite dry. So dry brushing, only dry brushing in the spring season might not work for them, yeah. So it would aggravate vata even more. So here my recommendation is to do an alternate. Have oil massage, which what we call abhyanga, yeah. Make an oil massage. In oil massage, again, we massage downward. We're pulling the muscle. So then you should have a nice oil massage every morning or every evening, yeah, circular motions with sesame oil, or any kind of vata balancing oil. I use a little typo, I see. And then do the next day of dry brushing, and maybe don't do the dry brushing as vigorous or as long, yeah, if you are vata activated. If you're not sure how to do it, and if you're vata activated or not, you can also talk to me personally. So what's also very, very important in spring season, we need to get up and move. Yeah, Vayam is exercise. We need to get out again. We need to stimulate kapha. Yeah, kapha needs to move. If kapha stays in bed or just lying around like a couch potato, kapha is not getting better. Kapha is getting more. Yeah, exercising specifically in kapha time, which is 6 to 10 a.m. in the morning. Even now in spring, as the days becoming earlier and lighter and warmer, yeah, we also suggest to get up earlier, like at least 30 minutes earlier. If you can get up by 6 or even 5:30, that would be even better, and go for a run or for simply a walk in the morning. Or if this is not possible where you live or with your schedule, plan a little sequence of sun salutation in, and that could be just 10 minutes, yeah. Few rounds of a good flow of sun salutation will get the heart rate up, will get kapha up, will get you sweat, will awaken the digestive system. You can combine it here with Kapalabhati, the pranayama, which is really good to bring heat in the body and activate the digestive system, the agni. This is all what we want. We want to stimulate, we want to dry out, we want to not dry out. I need to get this back because this is very careful. We want to, yeah, take the overloaded moistness out of the body. Yeah, this is better. We don't want to dry out. Yeah, this is very dangerous. This is not a goal at all. We want to get the accumulated oiliness or moist out of the body. Yeah. And then, of course, what's very, very important is to get some good balancing kapha activating herbs into your diet, into your daily routine. These should be warming, drying, and stimulating. What herbs are that? Ginger, black pepper, cinnamon, cumin, turmeric, clove, fenugreek, dill, mustard seeds, sesame seeds. So everything which is astringent, bitter, and pungent. And the next slide, I will explain what these tastes are doing in the body. And again, here, important note, if you are very vata activated, be careful with these spices. Again, we don't want to dry out vata even more. Yeah, so here we need to find a good balance, and maybe as we cannot cover everything individually here in this class, speak to your Ayurvedic practitioner. So what should be more included in the spring diet? Something what is light, which we call lagu, dorayu, ruksha. In the taste, rasa, bitter, spicy, and astringent. Spicy is pungent. So get more foods into your diet, like leafy greens, yeah, radish, eggplant, barley, rice, khichdi, green juice, legumes, bitter melon. Yeah, just to name a few. There are much more food which we can integrate, but focus on their light and dry, bitter, pungent, a bit pungent, spicy, in the sense how you can handle spices. Spicy doesn't mean particular chili. It's more something warming you up, heating up. Yeah, again, the guna of kapha is cold. Kapha in their nature is cold. Yeah, so that's why we are applying the principle in Ayurveda, like is like, opposite is balancing. Here, just as an explanation why these taste. So I said bitter. Bitter taste helps the body to detoxify. Yeah, it gives us a digestive support. Bitter is anti-inflammatory and reduces kapha. So for example, to everyone who is more on the pitta side, bitter is your main taste to use, yeah, because it's anti-inflammatory. And we just learned there are some inflammatory diseases going on in kapha time as well. Why pungent? Again, pungent doesn't mean only spicy. It's heating, it's warming up the body. So we're stimulating acne. We're opening these blocked channels. We're increasing the metabolisms through pungent taste. We reduce kapha and we promote sweating. To open the channels, we need that pungent taste. And you see, promoting sweating also comes back to what I said. It's very good to go in the season to sauna. Yeah, steam sauna, steam. Steam. I always say sauna and people think like dry sauna. This can also work, but see what works for you. Personally, for me, I'm more a pitta dosha. For me, steam work better, yeah, than dry sauna. So you need to know what works better. Astringent taste is decreasing the moist in the body, reduced through that the mucus, enhanced the, oh, there's something missing, enhanced acne, the digestion, and it's also anti-inflammatory. And of course, if we speak of what kind of food we should more include now in our spring diet, we also need to become aware, which is common sense, but I want to bring it in here. Everything what is super oily or heavy food, or cold food, yeah, or too fatty, too sour, too sweet, will private kapha. Yeah, so kapha is heavy, kapha is cold, kapha is oily, kapha is oily fat / fatty, sour, yeah, which increases the heat, and kapha is sweet. So these things we want to cut out now to let the body detox. Yeah, yogurt. Yeah, you will be surprised. Yogurt is not good in the transition of spring. It's blocking the channel. It's dairy and it's heating. Yeah, you will be surprised. Many people like, what? Why is yogurt heating? We take it from the fridge. Yeah, it's not the way you consume it. It's the effect on the body after you consume it. Red meat, fish, peanuts, cheese, bread, all of these things are blocking and very creamy. So in general, dairy products, wheat products, all kinds of chocolate, sweets, sugar should be avoided if you want to transition into spring nicely. Yeah, or it's not you can't eat them ever again, but especially in this transition, cut them out, yeah, and then slowly eat them in moderation again. First we have to get up acne. Yeah, this is first we have to get up acne. So increase the fire that we can digest the ama. When we digest the ama, we have kapha balanced and you feel more light again, less heavy, less pain, and so on. Yeah. So everyone, I make a quick stop here. We are quite good on time. Any questions so far to that, or any comments? Let me just see if there's anything in the chat box. No, I answered that already. Does it make sense what I'm talking about? Is it logical? Could you follow me? Okay, perfect.
Yeah. I want to ask, hi, I'm Aya. I want to ask about the fish. When you say fish, you mean fish, shrimps, all seafood, or
Yes.
just the oily ones like salmon, or you mean everything?
No, specifically so the oily one, but also the seafood, because it's heating. So first is the oily aspect in fish, and then is the heating effect. Yeah.
Okay.
In fish as well.
Even shrimps, whitefish, everything, or
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Just the moderation. Yeah, slow it down a little bit.
Okay. But chicken is okay, or you also
Chicken is fine. Chicken is fine.
Okay. Thank you.
I'd like to ask, the vomiting part sounds scary to me.
I thought so.
So what impact it would have if I don't find enough strength to do that, or skip that step?
It's totally fine. It's optional. Yeah, in the spring detox, when you join, this is an optional part in the end. Yeah, if you don't feel you want to do it, you don't have to do it. Everyone does things to their own comfort. Yeah.
Okay.
So it would support to getting the kapha out, but if you don't feel comfortable, you don't do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, guys, let me just finishing off. So yes, as you maybe thought already, there will be a spring cleanse coming up from the comfort of your own home. And spring is the best season to cleanse for all the reasons we already have learned throughout the class already. Primarily to get the toxins out, prevent, might be you don't have so much toxins in the body, that's also good, but the spring cleanse is still good for you to prevent and to boost the immunity. This should be our highest good, to keep our body clean. I always often say we are so keen to have wonderful and clean clothes on, but we never clean the body from inside. So my spring detox is coming up from the 12th to the 22nd of April, which you can do comfortably from your home. And it will be also very easily to adjust to your work schedule. Of course, you have to make a little bit of preparation and commitment, but it is doable. So you will have a guided detox book, you have a cookbook, you get a ready set up prep list. There will be live calls with me. The first live call will be actually on the 7th of April. This is not when we start the detox, but to get you ready to get everything for the detox. Then you have, when we jump on the call on the 7th, you will know which kind of herbs to order, what is the shopping list. So you have a week time to prepare yourself to then together start on Friday the 12th to do your detox. This detox is not starving, okay? No one needs to starve. It's not about fasting. There will be one optional day to fast, which is Ekadashi, which occurs twice a month on the 11th of the moon. And this is considered an auspicious day to fast. We will have the Ekadashi quite to the end of the spring detox, where you can decide for yourself if you want to do a 24-hour fast just on water and kapha teas. But again, it's optional. What we are doing in the spring detox, we're eliminating things out. We are starting in the first week from the 7th actually to take out or reduce coffee, wheat, dairy products, deep fried things, stopping to drink anything cold. We're starting to implement more a healthy routine. So this is also a wonderful, if you haven't done it yet in the first quarter of the year, to develop a more healthy routine for you, this could be a great chance as well. I remember in my last spring detox I did 2 years ago, I had one lady, just from taking these things out of the routine, Sugar is another big thing. The body starts to detox. Yeah. So this was already enough for her. The body, she went into detox already in the pre-cleanse. Yeah. Because the body is so dependent on these things. Yeah. So we have a community support. We will have a WhatsApp group. There will be calls with me. So, and you get everything. You will be guided. Yeah, my spring detox is only 89 euro. I think it's very affordable. I also thought to add a spring detox yoga flow. I will add this on. It just came up when I did the presentation. I think it's a nice thing. Yeah. So as I said, there will be no starving. We will have mono diet. Mono diet is a diet which is very, very simple, very easy to prepare, and gives the digestive system a break. And then through remedies and kapha supporting teas, we enhancing the cleansing process of the body. Yeah. And as I just said to Susie, the Vamana is optional. Yeah. So this is the Ayurvedic Spring Detox. I hope I didn't forget anything. If you are not sure if this is for you, or if you should do it or not do it, you can just book a 30 minutes free call with me, and we are checking if the Spring Detox is for you or not, or clear any personal questions. A seasonal change routine is an act of love and taking responsibility for your own body, mind, health. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining this class today. And now the space is open to ask more questions about Ayurveda, about specific spring, or even about the spring cleanse coming up. So also, I want to offer this because I offered it to Susie. If the date doesn't fit exactly your schedule, you can also start a little earlier or a little later. Just be aware that my full support is available from the 12th to the 22nd. Yeah. Yes, if you have any questions, you can ask. I will also send the information with the replay. And if you decide even to join the detox, the cleanse, I would be happy to see you on that. And we would have another call on the 7th. If you can't join the call on the 7th, don't worry about it. You will also get everything by email. So you will be well prepped, and you can personally ask me any questions you may have. Okay. And just to add on, there will be another call to the end around on the 20th of April, where we just getting and sharing our experiences. And if you want to do the Vamana process, I will guide you in. So because then it will be on the weekend, you could do to complete the Vamana process. Yeah. So there will be a personal guidance of me also before you do it. Okay, everyone.
All right.
Then
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely Easter weekend, and see you for any other class, or maybe in the cleanse, in the spring cleanse.